on virtually every category to
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
advantage. But
Much different game. I mean, our guys, as disappointed as I was in our team on Sunday, I'm equally as pleased tonight. I thought we played really hard. They made a run and we regained our composure. We didn't hit any shots from three, and we started taking it at the basket, got to the free throw line a little bit, showed little thoughts there, and 5 turnovers. So we got back to, if we're going to play small, those guys got to handle the ball. We can't turn it over, and did a much better job in that regard. 16 assists, 5 turnovers, really good stat. So, yeah, we got, Brennan to the free throw line a little bit, which, I've been on him, get to the line a little bit. I thought he did a good job. Cario thought was a little better defensively, and so took a couple steps, I thought, tonight. But Jermaine, when things got tough there, he just got us a couple baskets inside and really turned the game back around. They hit those 5 free throws and then 2 threes, get a quick 11 points, and that game flipped pretty quick. And, they shot it really well from 3 that second half. They ended up 6 for 15, but I think they hit 6 of their first 7 or 8, it seemed like. So anyway, I thought we responded pretty good.
What is it you can point to in this game to the last that was the difference, the execution that you guys can just focus on moving forward?
Just our awareness, and we gave up 44 points in the paint to Syracuse, and they were all layups. We turned the dang thing over, and they just go shoot a layup. Our defensive balance, which we talk about all the time, just somebody getting back, and, Jackson goes to the hole, somebody's got to get back. Jackson was trying to get offensive rebounds. We just, as I mentioned in the press conference or the thing on this week, we were fundamentally unsound. We poorly coached team, and we were much more sound. They only got 14 points in the paint, which would, give them a few more threes, because I just said they're going to watch the Syracuse game, and we were so spread out there. Fellas, they're going to try to just drive it down your throat. And they're good at drawing fouls. They shoot 25, 26 free throws a game. But I thought, just like setting the tone, like Jermaine the first time they drove, he stunted and got a hand on it, got a steal. I mean, just some things that we did that we definitely didn't do against Syracuse. So played much harder, rebounded better. And I think Kent State's a very good team. Watching them on film, I was, really worried about them. So they're deep, they can shoot it. NCAA tournament team last year, 2 starters back, 6th man of the year in the league, and I thought Jackson did a really good job on him. He got 11, 4 or 5 below his average, and 22 got going on us, man. He hit those threes. He hit 3 threes in the first half and got another one, so he had a big game. But very pleased with how hard we played.
not only get the response from Sunday, Dana, but when this is before a 10-day, 8 or 9, whatever it is, day hiatus, but it's always like historically the quote-unquote trap game, and they are offensively a really good team, probably going to win their league or at least contend for it.
84 points a game coming in, and I told the guys at half, hold them to 29, we got to set that same tone. And we did the first couple, and then KJ had a couple fouls there, and they hit those 2 threes, and it just, game changed. It changes so quick, I mean, I'm watching my old school last night. They're up 14. I think they got it made, and, boom, game turns, and it turned on us. We get up, and 11 quick points, and the game's on.
Expecting anybody back next week?
I think Key's going to be ready, from what Clay thought. So there's a possibility he'd be ready. I don't think Mookie or Dante will be ready yet, but I think Key will. And then sometime the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping those other two guys are ready. So, Jesse's out, and Nate, the bone he broke is just going to take a long time to heal. He's going back in, so hopefully we get some good news there. But, we're not going to take any chance. We're going to make sure it's completely healed. And from what the doctors tell me, it's kind of a slow process. So unless Nate's drinking a lot of milk and getting things done, I just don't know what the scenario is going to be for him.
It looked like Mookie's brother were pointing to the January 4 game at Washington as a target date. Is that?
I don't know, Mookie or Mookie's brother with the doctors. I hope, he's starting to move. He did a lot in practice. We had a shoot around today, and he was really active there. But he's been out 8 months. He hurt that the last day of April, and May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 8 months. That's hard to come back from right away. So, we just can't expect too much too quick. He is a good player, and he's athletic, and he loves to play. So I know he's wanting to get back as quick as possible, but, out 8 months, it's tough to bounce back from that.
What do you make of Bam's ability to play in the post, play bigger than he is, helping you guys out without the big guys here right now?
Yeah, no, his athleticism, his activity is pretty good. He can stretch, because he hits a few threes. It was 2 for 5, 40% from 3. Got a couple rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. So, those are the kind of things, like when you're playing small, you got to make sure you don't turn it over at that position. If he's going to play small ball at 4, then he's got to handle it. He's got to make plays. We tried to run one there in the first half, and he just jacked up a 3. And, he's got to be a little bit more realistic, about what we're looking for on a possession. But he's figuring it out. He plays hard, and sometimes that gets him in trouble. But his activity's pretty good.
Looking ahead to the LA schools, Dana, because I don't think we'll get you before then. We'll be out of town. Thoughts on opening the season with them? Where, not an ideal world, I suppose you wouldn't want to have the LA schools when the students aren't back and all that, but that said, you went to LA when they were getting out of class and stuff too last year. So UCLA's off to a little bit of a rocky start. USC's got Bronny back now. Your thoughts on the LA schools right now?
Well, they're really talented. Mick's got a young team. USC really talented at the guards. Boogie and Collier really talented, and Bronny's really talented. All of us are trying to figure our way here. We're probably all disappointed with where we're at right now. It'll be a big weekend for us, no doubt. Guys got a few days off here. We'll get back Christmas night and try to get going. But no, it's going to be a big weekend for us, and I hope some people will be in town, come around and watch the games. But like I said, they're trying to find themselves. We're all trying to find ourselves right now, probably except for Colorado with all the guys they got back playing really good. Arizona's playing phenomenal. Washington's got a lot of guys back. I think they're playing pretty good. So the rest of us are, trying to find our footing, and it'll be an interesting weekend.